Hello, everyone. It's Shamila Ramjawan coming to you from the Red Corner Show in Johannesburg, South Africa. And it's Women's Month, the month of August, where we have 31 inspirational women from across the globe that will be on the show to share their journeys on these 31 days of August. And today on the show, I have Rose Adhiambo Oyoo from Kenya. Rose is a director of Green Future Society, as well as the Face of Women of Heart 2021 finalist. And I can see that big, broad smile, and she's looking so amazing. Hello, Rose. How are you?
I'm okay, Shamila. Thank you.
It's so nice to have you on the show.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shamila. I'm so happy too, and so overexcited.
I'm excited to have you on the show, and I want to know all about Kenya. Well, in the 20 minutes that we have, I think we're going to share quite a lot. You're going to share quite a lot with us. But just to start, maybe just tell us a little bit about who is Rose, this amazing woman that has come onto the show.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shamila. First, I would wish to appreciate you for giving me this opportunity to interact with my fellow women internationally. Of course, we have the men in the background, so we are not leaving them out. And Rose is a woman, 46 years of age. I come from a place called Kochieng. Kochieng is a location in Kisumu County in Kenya, one of the counties that are touching Lake Victoria. In fact, where I am is just less than a kilometer to the source of Lake Victoria.
Wow, that's awesome.
This is where of course, this is where I was born. I was born in Kisumu County and got married in Kisumu County. Of course, they say beautiful girls with good behavior doesn't get married far. They get catched up closer. So Rose,
I like that.
So that is me. So Rose came from a very humble background where when I was growing up, life was so difficult. I came from a very poor family. And when I was in class 4, I had to start business and be a hustler at that age so that I could make the ends meet, because my mom was very, very positive about education. And she told me that my daughter, one thing or best thing that I would tell you to do is to go and get your education to the level that you wish. So I was on that because I loved education so much. And now if it was the issue of, finances or the poor state that was putting me out not to go to school, then I had to start doing a business, working in class 4. So I did that. And when I sat for my KCP, my first level of education, so I joined high school. I could not stay in boarding school because I still had to do business at lunchtime, spending a lot of time buying things that we are going to sell in the evening so that I get money for fees and transport to go to school. So after my school life was so difficult again, because now, our nature here in Africa, when you have reached age 18 and you have completed your secondary education, then you are supposed to get married. Now, where do I get married to? I don't even have a boyfriend. So it was so difficult. So I had to go and start working as a house help. So that was my first job. I was a housemaid in this capital city of Nairobi. Mm-hmm. So that is how I continue with life until I got married. And now I went back to school when I was a wife with 3 children, when I started going to school. And I'm still in school up to now, pursuing my master's in psychology.
Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. So where to after your master's? You're going for your PhD, I guess?
Of course. I'm really delighted.
Why not? Yes, I'm going to be watching you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Such an interesting journey, Rose. Yeah, the world is your oyster. Just go for it, achieve what you want, follow your passion, and just reach for the stars. But
Thank
just
you. Yes.
with pleasure. Just on your project, the Green Future Society. Tell me a little bit about that.
Thank you very much. I think when I speak about Green Future Society, I speak from my inner heart and blood and all the bones of my body, because this is something that I started after I had completed my Bachelor of Psychology. I got a call by a dream to promote issues of environmental conservation. This really, it was too much for me, because, I wanted to pursue my level of education towards psychology, because that's what I was doing. But I got a call via dream, and not one call, I got 5 calls, Shamila. God called me to get into issues of environmental conservation, and he told me to ensure that we plant trees across the globe, and we conserve all the planted trees, and we grow food so that we can have food at home. So that was my mission that made me to register a Green Future Society that is promoting issues of environmental conservation and mostly tree planting as a way of mitigating the effect of climate change, and also to grow crops and fruits to ensure that we have food security in Kenya.
Phenomenal. Wow. Well done on that. I wondered why you had that in your auto signature. I planted trees. What did you do?
Yeah, so when I got into this, so I started to go through different relevant government institutions, but things could not work for me. So I resulted to starting the smallest possible way that I could. And this was to work with my favorite women. I started loving women from the time I was young. I never related with my age mates right from the time I was young, because, they had a different life that I didn't have. So when I was with them, I could not conform. You can't even play around because you don't even have an underpant. Your underpant is torn, you cannot expose yourself. So it was too much for me. I was shying away. So because of that, I became friends of old women and widows, so that I could spend much of my time supporting them from that tender age. So when I was called to start this Green Future Society, I got back to them. I brought them together and we sat down and we said, we have to see how we can mitigate the effect of climate change. How we want to do it is to ensure that we produce seedlings, because you can't talk about having trees, or you can't talk about education when you don't have a nursery school. School starts from nursery, then you move to the PhD that we are now talking about. So that is what where I'm working with many women, and also training many women, and also supporting many women to start and expand and start their own businesses in relation to tree nursery, and so that we can have trees planted all over. But also, Shamila, I would wish to share with you that after the call, I came to realize that we actually had a problem, and God was not wrong by calling me, because I came to realize that in the region where I'm coming from, they have the lowest forest cover in the country, and as you know, ranging from 0.32 to 2.5% instead of 10% that is required. And I also came to realize that we have the highest number of hectares that, deforestation is taking place. So that created that opportunity that I started working with these women, and they teach people to conserve their trees, protect their trees, and look at alternative ways of which, we look at how are we interfering with our trees. Then we found that the issue is, fuelwood. So we are promoting other trees that can actually grow faster and can be used as fuelwood so that we can save indigenous trees to protect our environment and also to help us. But of course, also working with these women to help them have food security at home by planting fruits in their homes and also promoting and teaching others, especially widows, so that they can plant more fruits at home. So whenever they have little income, they can still survive from, getting food. They will not go hungry. So that is what we are actually doing on the ground. But of course, spreading one step by step as we are, based on the need and based on opportunities and based on those who call on us.
So Rose, how long does it take for one tree to grow to maturity level?
It depends on which trees. Like, for example, if I talk about indigenous trees takes as long as for them to be mature enough to give even a shade. You talk about 40 years plus. And that is why they are very much important for us, and we don't want anything that can interfere with them. But when I go back to, these other exotic trees, they grow a bit faster. So they take between 3 to 5 years to grow to maturity that, somebody can see them, whether they are ornamental trees, whether they are these other exotic trees, between 3 years to 5 years. But of course, we have other flowers that are growing a bit faster, but of course they don't grow up to, high level. They are ground covering and lower. But on average, between 3 to 5 years is what takes a tree to be mature enough to provide oxygen, to emit carbon, and to provide rain, and all those, even the fruits, to start giving us fruits that can benefit us as far as food security is concerned.
Talking about fruits, I planted an avocado tree about, I would say 5 years ago now, and I'm just waiting for it to bear fruit because I believe avocados take quite long.
No. If you plant an indigenous fruit that has not been grafted, then it will take between 7 to 10 years to start producing the first fruits. But if you do grafting that we do, I've trained my widows, they know how to do grafting. So when you do grafting, they start producing flowers at year 2. So by year 5 already you are getting at least 200 fruits per season and twice in a year. So yours could be indigenous, that seed that was germinated to grow to a fruit. So you can still, I wish I was next to you, I could help you to still graft it at that level, and it will give you the first fruits within 1 year.
Oh, well, maybe you can just do a little video or tell me what to do, and I'll do it because I'm really keen to see what comes out of that tree. But what's also very interesting is I have a lime and a lemon tree all in one. So I get limes and lemon from one tree.
That is normal. It happens. It happens. They are, they all fall under citric family. Yes. So if you can even have a branch of, other oranges like Pixies, Washington. I know the names might look magic if you don't understand them, but what I mean is that you can have varieties of oranges from the same tree. So a branch we can graft to put another fruit and grow the other branch, so long as they fall from the same family of citrus.
Wow, gosh, we learn every day. Thank you for that. Very insightful. Thank you, Rose. Tell me, are you involving youth in all of this?
Yes, I'm working with the youth, and mostly I teach children in school. So I have I started with a few schools that I'm training the children on matters of trees, and I also teach them. They also come for when they are going out. They are for the out of class sessions. They come to our site and they see what we do and they learn. But of course, I also have the youth that we work with together. I also offer opportunity for internship for students in the universities and different colleges coming to learn what we do, so that whatever we are doing can be scaled up to different levels.
Sure, you're doing so much. But you know what's very interesting for me? being the face of Women of Heart 2021 finalist. Take me through that journey. Why did you enter? And I know the finals are coming up at the end of this month, and I'm one of the judges, by the way. So tell me a little bit about that.
Thank you very much. I got the first opportunity. I was given an award. There was a national award in Kenya that I got for the Women of Heart Foundation. And I thank Dr. Desiree for that, because she brought it in Kenya. And the person who nominated me to join the event was one of the girls that I mentored from a very humble background to a high leadership position. So when she heard about women who have done good things, then she heard about me, because I love mentoring girls, and especially those who are from a very humble background, because I know what they are going through, and I know where they have come from, and I know where to pinch for them to move on. So she welcomed me, and I got to go through all the process, and I got the opportunity to be given the Golden Award 2019. So then I invited Dr. Desiree to come and see our work and say hi to my widows from our side. And she planted an avocado tree, which is almost flowering before yours.
Oh, wow. When was this?
She planted it in 2019. So hers is almost flowering.
That's unfair.
So don't feel jealous. When you come to Kenya, you'll also plant yours. So I got to, after that, then she became my friend on Facebook. So I was following her posts and, just being there with her. So I advertised for an international competition for Women of Heart, the Face of WOHA 2021. And I became interested. In fact, I saw that the last day that she said, today is the deadline, and I made an application. That is how I came to be part of the WOHA, Face of WOHA 2021 finalist.
I wish you everything of the best. I know you're going to do very well, so all the best. I mean, the finalists are just incredible. I saw some of you guys' videos and stuff like that. Amazing. And you all are doing phenomenal work as well. It's just not about having that beautiful face, but it's what's inside that counts, and the passion and compassion that you all have as well goes with it. So thank you for that. I'm looking forward to the event. It's going to be really amazing. Although it's online, there's just a really nice lineup in store for everyone.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great opportunity, and I'm happy for that.
Yes, and I'm also looking forward to dressing up as well. So we're going to be dressing up in our beautiful ball gowns and dresses. So it's going to be so nice. Rose, it's Women's Month in South Africa. Just in closing, what would be your inspirational message to women out there?
First, I would wish to appreciate all women across the globe, leave alone South Africa. And getting into South Africa, I want to say hi to them first, but of course, telling them that they are wonderful, they are amazing, they are lovely, and let women accept themselves, because most of the issues that are affecting us is the fact that most women do not accept themselves. And as a result of that, sometimes we get affected, we get stress that are unnecessary. So let's women, we are going through a lot in life. As a woman, sometimes I say, God, was I supposed just to be a woman? Sometimes you get too much that you cannot hold. But irrespective of that, women are very strong, Shamila. I've realized that women, we have a lot of energy, we are very strong, and we are the ones who give birth to these men. So let us feel proud of ourselves. The way God made us, we are beautiful in the way He made us. Let us accept our status and move to the excellence of what we can achieve. And from what I've learned in my life, moving from a house girl job to now holding so many positions internationally and so many at the national level, it means that nothing can be impossible. So I tell all women in South Africa that I love all of them. I know they have a lot of energy, and I know nothing can make them from not going on. Whether they have little education, nothing is impossible.
Love it, Rose. Thank you so much. Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible. Words of wisdom coming from Rose from Kenya. Acceptance, excellence, believe in yourself, and be proud of who you are. I love it. It was such a nice way to end the show today. Thank you, Rose. Just your last words in closing.
My last word is what I always say, and I call it my parting shot. I say that let us all, women and even the men listening to me now, to know that nothing is difficult. Nobody is born doing anything. We all learn these things. So if somebody else learned and succeeded, why not me? So all of us, we can make it in life. Let us learn the best things that can make us improve. And I say amen.
Wow, amazing. Thank you, Rose from Kenya, for coming on the show on day 4 of Women's Month in South Africa. Really, truly appreciate you. If you would like to come on the show, please drop me an email, redcornershow@gmail.com, and you too can inspire people across the globe, just as Rose has done. Thank you so much, and bye for now.